Good evening. My live youth group, especially. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're joining, tuning in. I hope if you feel if you're able to, if you decide to, if you feel safe, we are having Sunday night services, Sunday nights at 6 to 7 p.m. So I hope to see you there. If not, still stay well, stay blessed. I'm glad you're tuning in. I have a hard question today, right? With everything going on in the world, with the confusion and the coronavirus and the racial injustice, again, I have a question. Do you think that the devil is smart? I've been asking around. All the answers that I've gotten is everybody has unanimously told me that they believe that the devil is smart, right? So I have another question that I have a couple of different answers on, right? I want to know your opinion on, do you think the devil is racist? Yes. Do you think the devil is a racist? I've heard some yeses, some no's, some maybes, but I would like to present to you my opinion. That I believe that the devil has shown himself over and over again to indeed be a racist. Absolutely, absolutely. But the thing of it is, the devil has showed time and time again that he's smart, that he has a strategy, and that he is a racist against the human race. Absolutely. That he's a racist against the human race. Because we are all one race, right? And I believe that he has a plan. He has a strategy against you, whether you're brown, black, white, yellow, red, whatever. He has a plan against the human race. He wants to send the impoverished, the enslaved to hell with him, and he also wants to send the oppressors to hell with him, right? If this was a chess match, he already knows that he's losing and he's going to lose. But he's trying to take as many pieces off the board with him as possible. I mean, maybe out of spite, right? But we know he has a plan, and we know that God has made it clear that he has a plan for you as well. My question today is, whose plan are you with? I mean, not whose plan do you want to be with, whose plan are you actually going to continue with, or be with, or change with? Like, whose plan are you on? That's my question, because it's 2020, and we see in this world all the things that's going on. It's time for us to make a clear stance on where we stand, right? And we should stand for the things that God calls us to stand for. It said he loves justice, he loves mercy, he loves kindness, he loves us loving our neighbor as we love ourselves. That's what he's calling us to do. Love our neighbor as we love ourselves. He's calling us to listen to his plan. It says in 2 Corinthians 3:16 through 18 in the Christian Standard Bible, but whenever a person turns to the Lord, the veil is removed. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. We all, with unveiled faces, are looking as in a mirror, and at the glory of the Lord, and being transformed into the same image from glory to glory. This is from the Lord who is in spirit. The Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. But freedom in his plan, right? Freedom to love the way he loves, the way freedom to listen to his plan. I like to go back to the Old Testament, right? I like to go back to Esther.
Esther was a young Jewish woman. She was born into a broken family. She was a minority in an oppressive society. The odds were against her right from the start. But almost overnight, Esther went from rags to riches, from poverty to the palace. And she became the wife of King Xerxes I, making her one of the most powerful women in history. Irony seems to fill the pages of the book of Esther. Just as Persia has unknowingly crowned a Jewish queen, the king's vizier, a man named Haman, is plotting a diabolical scheme to exterminate the Jewish race through a bloody massacre. There is only one Jew in the land who is in a position to intervene on behalf of her people. It's Esther. But it seems as though the pleasures of the palace had begun to intoxicate her. She begins to struggle with what course of action to take. As Esther looked around at the beautiful palace that was now her home, with its luxuries, pleasures, conveniences, and the wealth she had come to enjoy, it must have been difficult for her to imagine throwing it all away in some misguided attempt at heroism. She knew that taking this matter to the king would force her to risk everything she had, including her very life. Perhaps a more subtle approach would be best. Maybe she should just lie low for a while and wait to see how things would play out. Perhaps at some point she would have an opportunity to put in a good word for the Jews without jeopardizing herself. After all, what good would she be to anyone if she were dead? But Mordecai, Esther's cousin, sensing her internal struggle, sent her this message: "Do not flatter yourself that you shall escape in the king's palace any more than all the other Jews. For if you keep silent at this time, relief and deliverance will arise for the Jews from elsewhere. But you and your father's house will perish. And who knows but that you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this."
And the book of Esther tells the story of this princess, this Jewish princess that has an opportunity to save her people. You have to go read through them. Make a real quick story and make it short and brief as I can. You know, she's the queen. There's a guy, assistant to the king, that's trying to kill all the Jewish people. He doesn't realize that Esther is Jewish as well, right? But Esther's people lets her know, her cousin lets her know that what the plan is against them, and like, you need to do something. But he also lets her know, like, don't think you won't be spared. You're one of us. And also he lets her know, like, don't think God won't raise somebody else up if you don't do what you're in this position to do, because you're probably in this position for this time. And I say to you watching this video that you are in this position in 2020 for a time as this. Don't let somebody else be risen up to do the things that you should be doing, that God has in his plans for you to do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to see so many people with platforms stepping up to stand up against injustices in the world. Love it. But the NBA, whoever famous person here or there, they should not be standing up to make a stance. They shouldn't, more than God's people. I mean, if you call yourself a Christian, if you're seeking after God, I want you to take your stance against the things that are against God in the world. As we hear a lot of people saying now, And I do agree with, you know, let's not just be, I'm not racist, but also be anti-racist, right? I would like to propose to us, let's not just be Christians, but let's be anti-evil. Let's be anti-evil. Um, let's be active warriors in God's army, right? Let's be all that He's called us to be. Let's do that, because we know that the devil has a plan, and he makes it clear the devil's plan is to steal, to kill, and destroy, right? No matter what it tastes like, his ultimate goal, even if it tastes sweet, is still to steal, kill, and destroy. So I present to you our plan, right? My plan. All right, I call myself a Christian. I'm not with the stealing, the killing, and destroying plan. So my plan is the opposite. The opposite is to give. The devil's plan is to steal, is my plan to give. In Acts 20:35, in the Christian Standard Bible, it says, "In every way I've shown you that it is necessary to help the weak by laboring like this, and to remember the words of the Lord Jesus, because he said, it's more blessed to give than receive." We talked about it before. It's better to give than receive. So find, even as a youth, there's plenty that you have to give. I'm not talking about things. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about you. You have love. You have kindness. You have encouragement. You can give your parents and your friends and your siblings. There's opportunities all around us. Let's not come to steal, kill, and destroy. Let's find a way to give, right? Next, I say, let's bring life. In John 6:33, it says, "For the bread of God is the one." For the bread of God is the one who comes down from heaven and gives life to the world. Jesus gave the example of he's here to bring life to the world. Don't keep all the life to yourself, right? Don't keep all your salvation to yourself. Let's get saved. Let's spread salvation, right? Because we come in to give, to bring life. And next, I would like to say in John 10:10, a thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. But that verse goes on to say, in the words of Jesus, "I have come so that they may have life and have it in abundance." Yeah, in abundance. That means like it's enough to share. Like you don't have to worry about getting losing out on the last little bit. Like it's enough for everybody, right? So let's find ways to restore, right? Restore what the enemy has taken. Like he's coming to destroy. Well, let's restore. Let's rebuild, right? It says in John 14:1-7, in the Christian Standard Bible, it says, "Don't let your heart be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would have told you that I'm going to prepare a place for you. If I go away and prepare a place for you, I will come again and take you to myself, so that where I am, you may be also. You know the way to where I'm going." "Lord," Thomas says, "we don't know where you're going. How can we know the way?" And Jesus told him, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you know me, you will also know my Father. From now on, you do know him and have seen him." Restoring. Like he's restoring the relationship between us and the Father, right? Restoration. That was the whole point of it all, is to restore that connection, restore that relationship, to give us access into the kingdom of heaven, right? So if you're with God's plan, let's give, let's bring life, and let's restore. If you're with the devil's plan, easy. Still kill and destroy. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm not here for that. I mean, it's not really productive. I don't see that. There's not. The God's giving us tools to use, right? We don't have to fight the devil with the devil's tools, right? So let's go. Let's be fruitful. Let's find a way to rejoice no matter the situation. Let's find a way to be glad because God has put you here for a time such as this. He's put me here for a time such as this, and we're going to rise up to our rightful places. We're going to stand up against injustice. We're going to stand up against the killing, the stealing, and the destroying. Absolutely. So I thank y'all for joining me tonight. I hope that we can see you on Sunday evenings. We get together and, discuss some more things. Iron sharpens iron, right? So look forward to seeing you. Be blessed. See you next week.